Diana Real asked me if I could travel anywhere in the world, where would I go? I really want to go to Venice. Again, EILIDHML asked what is my biggest influence, or who is my biggest influence if I have one. I don't really have an influence, I don't think. Like, people... this hair is back. Some people say they have celebrity influences. I don't look up to celebrities whatsoever. They are just human beings who have a job that lots of people can look at. And I really do struggle to understand why people scream at famous people, because at the core they're human beings who just have a job. It just baffles me. But probably my influence is just my friends and family and people who know me and, you know, care for me, and their influences in my daily life. Katie Willis asked if I still enjoy YouTube, and I have written some answers down on my phone. I've written yes and no, and that is true. It's been 4 years and I'm really not as interested in beauty as I was at the start, or maybe even 4 months ago. I'm really more interested in kind of making things and DIY, and I have a whole list of things, and I've been out and bought so much DIY, like supplies for all these things and ideas I had for my blog. So if you would like to see video versions of those, do let me know. I have quite a few Halloween things coming up which will be on this channel. And another thing is that last year I signed with a company, and I won't mention the company's name because that's not fair, but I signed with a company who contacted me, and they work with some really, really big YouTubers, you know, like 5 million subscriber YouTubers, if that gives you any hints. And basically promised me, the reason I signed with them, and they're American, is that they promised me that the money that I was currently making at the time via AdSense would be, you know, tripled, and I wouldn't even notice a difference, and it was simply by them buying the ads rather than Google buying the ads. And I was like, that sounds cool. So I signed up, and, you know, we read through all the contracts, and I made very sure that I was, you know, interested, and I signed up. And since then it's been utter shit, to be honest. I made less, way less, even in a month, than I made before I signed with them. Triple my ass. You know, I was making pennies, and obviously I didn't make YouTube videos for the money, but at the time that was my income, and I was making pennies a month, and I was like, where is my money going? And obviously it was coming in dollars as well, so then when it was converted into English money, it was even less. And, you know, I tried to talk to them about it and really got nowhere. They didn't seem to understand that I was from England, even though they knew I was. And they kept sending me all these opportunities that were in LA and whatever. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm in England. And when the time came for me to be able to go, say, see you later, I got fish hooked into another year's contract by some stupid loophole thing. And so yeah, I'm stuck in that for until next July, and I cannot wait to be like rid of it, because I have money stuck in my AdSense account that I can't access because of them. And my whole YouTube, I just feel less motivated, because I know when I make a video, any money that is created, they get it. And I just, you know, it's... be careful with contracts, people. Emma Adventures asked me what is my favourite TV show. I have so many TV shows that I love that I couldn't list them all, but currently, again, my favourites are Face Off, which is a special effects competition show, love it. And then Switched at Birth, I've been loving. It has just finished like the last season, not the last season, but the season, it's just finished, and I love it because it's got sign language in it, and I've learned so much sign language just by watching it. And you could be watching it and it can be silent for ages, but you realise, you know, you're reading both the sign language and the subtitles, and I love it. Ex-Pandaholic asked, what one thing would I change about the world? And I was trying to think of an answer that didn't involve the words world peace, and the one thing I think I would want to change is racism, and just get rid of all of it, because I think racism is bullshit, And I understand people love their countries, but we all live in the same world, and that world is like one humongous country, and I think we should all just get along, to be honest. Rich Lorby asked me, what is my biggest fear? And my ultimate biggest fear is death. I have panic attacks about dying. I think about dying all the time. It terrifies me. And yeah, nighttime is not a good time for me, because once the lights are off, I'm like, I'm gonna die one day, and now I'm having a panic attack. Woohoo! DML asked me, do I have any tattoos, and if I was to get a tattoo, what would it be? Don't currently have any tattoos. I would like to get a tattoo, but I'm not 100% sure about what I want yet, so I'm not just going to rush into it, because I do want it to be something that I love. I would like to get the Keywork symbol, which I'll put some on screen, which is the logo for Coheed and Cambria. And yeah, I'd like to get that, but probably a little bit smaller, maybe somewhere like my ankle or ribs or something, I'm not sure. And I would also like a skull, but I will, if I get it, I'll show it to you. Shannon Porter _XX asked, would I prefer to go backwards in time or forwards in time, and what is my favourite film? I thought that was a really cool question. I would definitely prefer to go backwards in time and watch things that had already happened. Yeah, I would prefer to go backwards in time, because I think I'd like to watch things that had happened and see how I reacted and things. I definitely wouldn't want to go forward and know what's going to happen. My favourite film is 10 Things I Hate About You. And my last question is by Slutty Fairy X, and they asked, how did you get into blog design, and do you have any tips for beginners? Your blog is amazing, by the way. Thank you very much. So I got into blog design when I was about 13, and Pixo was all the rage. I had a Pixo site, and I loved using all the little HTML boxes and making my little website really awesome. And then I changed the Pixo website to be a helpful site that would show you how to use HTML and CSS to create your own Pixo site. So my Pixo was kind of like how to create your own Pixo website. And then I moved on from Pixo to webs.com, and again that was a website on how to make your own website. And then I started my blog, and I just love creating codes that creates beautiful graphic effects, or whatever you want to call it, and this little personal space on the internet. And that's kind of why I love designing other people's blogs as well. I love it. It's not just a job, it's a hobby as well. And I love helping people to create this little kind of personalised bubble of internet that they're in charge of. I think it's really cool, and that is why I love it. So yes, that is all the questions. Thank you so much for all the questions. I'm sorry this video is so incredibly long. I'm sorry. If you have any questions for another Q&A video that probably won't be as long as this, then definitely ask them below, tweet me them, leave me them on Instagram, whatever you want to do, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.